Hey, what's up guys? Darkbreaker here, and today we are gonna talk about the matchmaking again. I've made a video in the past about the matchmaking, so definitely check that one out, because there I was already talking about issues in wildrift matchmaking right now and some solutions. So if you guys haven't watched that one yet, then definitely make sure to watch this one. You guys probably got clickbaited by the title. Wildrift patch 3.2 matchmaking leaks. It is not a clickbait, a little bit, but some truth in that, because I am in talks with the leading matchmaking dev, Joshua Menke. So we had a nice talk last weekend where we discussed the current implementations that he did. Wait a second. That they did in Wildrift, and how that's gonna change, or how that's affecting the matchmaking right now. So I was giving him my thoughts. He was trying to explain to me with the statistics basically that it's working pretty fine. But personally, I don't think it's working as intended as it should be, and I think a lot of people are not happy with the current matchmaking. Um, I think the main problem with matchmaking beforehand in other seasons were the queue times. I think the matchmaking itself wasn't that unbalanced, because you always had games where you would be like one challenger or one grandmaster with 4 diamonds, but the level of gameplay and the level of teammates you would get was so much better that it didn't feel too bad when you got 4 diamonds in other seasons compared to now. But basically, I will run you guys through the conversation. I'm not gonna show the conversation, maybe some parts of it, where he said it's fine if I'm showing it, but otherwise I will try to just paraphrase it. I'm just gonna give you a summary of the conversation between me and him, so you guys will understand his decision making and his reasoning and why he's doing what and how it's working. And we're just gonna let the gameplay run behind in the background. Definitely write down your opinions about the matchmaking right now, whether or not you guys are happy and not. And patch 3.2 will be a huge change, obviously. But they are implementing, or they're adding some small stuff here and there, or they're just adjusting stuff here and there in between as well. So keep that in mind, that they are working consistently and they're listening to the feedback of you guys. So the more feedback you guys are giving, the more likely they are listening to your feedback, and the more likely they are also gonna change the way they are doing the matchmaking right now. Okay, so let's get started with the conversation. Let me read it. Let me read it first, and then wait, where does it start? Okay, the first part of the conversation is him talking about 5Q right now. That wait, where does it start here? Here. He's saying that 5Qs are happening less, and the win rate of those people that are playing 5Q is lower. I think one reason he doesn't consider at all, like, of course they are less because they can't even find anymore. So that's a huge change that they did, which I like, honestly. I like the fact that they can't do it. So uh the thing that I didn't like about that change, or my complaint about this, is I can tell what I'm writing. I think that's fine. I wrote to him. I see that's good. Will there be a matchmaking rating hard reset in the next season? Otherwise, everyone who abused 5Q to be over 1000 LP will just have plus 20 gains, because obviously they just keep winning. They have a 70-80% win rate in high challenger, which wouldn't be possible in a solo, duo, or trio. And then even if they fix the 5Q right now, their MMR is higher, and then the match, like the system will give them good gains in the new season, because they reach such a high LP amount at the end of the season. Um, what's the point of pushing everyone up in the ranks with the recent changes? I doubt it's improving the game quality. You need to hard reset 100% for the next season to balance out the matchmaking again and the LP gains in high elo. That was my suggestion. And that's the number one thing you guys need to focus on. Hard reset was my idea. And he did answer that the matchmaking rating basically wasn't affected. The matchmaking rating basically wasn't affected by the 5Q abuse, and the LP gains doesn't necessarily correlate with the MMR. Matchmaking rating deflate, in fact, and it didn't inflate. Some people are lower MMR actually. Okay. He's even saying that some challengers have Grandmaster MMR, and they're just inflated by the 5Q abuse playing with low gains. So their MMR actually didn't improve apparently. But I just wonder how some people get plus 20 then. Like there are a bunch of people that get plus 20 up to 700 LP or 800 LP. And then there are others, they have like me, I have plus 10. I have plus 10 solo queue, 70% win rate at 500 LP. Okay, my win rate now is worse, but I had 500 at 70 win rate solo queue. And I got plus 10 at 500. So I just wonder how that makes sense. I think I already talked about it, that in other seasons my MMR was super high that I couldn't even find games, and suddenly my MMR is not good enough that I get plus 10 at 500 and other people get plus 20. So how's the correlation there? And I have good MVP rate, I have good win rate, I have good stats. So how do they determine the performance, and how reliable is the performance-based system where they can determine the matchmaking rating? It's kind of inconsistent in my opinion, and I feel like if they were more transparent when it comes to matchmaking rating and how that's gonna affect your LP gains, then people would complain less. Because right now it's just, hey, it's you don't know, you just have to guess. Because if you have elo system or they show the MMR, at least people could see, okay, that's my MMR. My MMR is lower, so I get less gains. And I could see after each game or after several games how the MMR is gonna get affected for each win or for each win streak or for good performance based games. So this way right now it's not that transparent. It's really hard to understand how the matchmaking rating and the LP gains are correlating, because you literally can see it. You just have to trust the system that they are detecting it correctly. Like if let's say you have a 90% win rate, every game you're MVP and you still have plus 10. That's just a super example, but it's really inconsistent in my opinion. What did I write after? I asked him if he intends for the leaderboard to always be inflated like this, if he doesn't plan on making a hard reset on the leaderboard or a hard reset when it comes to MMR. Because do you guys know what's funny? Because the what's funny is that the LP amount in previous seasons, 400 LP was top 10 in season 0. We didn't even have challenger, but season 1, season 2, 400 LP was top 10. And now you need to be almost 2000 LP, or you have to be around 1800 to be in the top 10. And in other servers it's even crazier. So LP inflation is real, and I don't know how he wants to tackle it without an MMR hard reset. How do you want to fix the problem then? Because he just adjusted the system, or it's not him, but I mean the whole team adjusted the system that way that everyone is getting much better LP gains, not only in Challenger, but also Grandmaster, Master, Diamond, Platinum, Emerald, etc. So the whole leaderboard is getting shifted higher and inflated. And they also changed the LPs you're getting in Diamond, and they also changed the MMR gains. I don't know how you want to call it, but people have been able to jump from Platinum 1 straight up to Diamond 4. How does that make sense? And trust me, those guys don't have to Challenger MMR. Because previously, when I started playing on my main again, with Challenger MMR, I jumped from Platinum 1 to Emerald 2, from Emerald 2 to Diamond 4. And these guys that were previously hard stuck in Emerald or even Diamond, they're straight up jumping from Platinum 1 to Emerald to Diamond 4. So the entire leaderboard is getting inflated. So in Diamonds, you have players that are Emerald level or Platinum level. Then you have a Master player, people that are like Diamond or Emerald level. And Grandmaster, you have people that are Diamond or yeah, are like Diamond or Low Master. So the whole leaderboard is just getting inflated. So yes, they manage. Now you see more often more Grandmasters or more Masters in your games compared to before. But at the same time, the level of play is not better or even worse, just because everyone is just getting inflated. So yes, you're no longer getting 4 diamonds, because those diamonds you got previously are just getting higher rank because they get better LP gains. Plus 15, minus 10. So that's definitely a huge issue. Anyways, I don't understand the rank inflation in Platinum, Emerald, Diamonds. So from what I've heard, people jump from Platinum 1 to Diamond 4 after new changes. Also, a lot of people that were stuck with plus 10, minus 15 now have plus 15, minus 10. That means if you can basically be a Grandmaster with 48% win rate right now. Also, all the games from Master and Grandmasters also got improved, not only Diamonds. You just made it easier for every rank to push even with bad win rates. So we have more players that are Diamond or Master rank but don't have the skill level, making the game quality per lobby lower. So, and also I wrote, I still get 4 diamonds bunch of times. So those diamonds that I'm getting are now even Emerald or Platinum level. So even worse in terms of skill. I'm just doing a quote because that's how I'm feeling personally. And I think that's how a lot of higher elo or just ranked higher people are feeling right now. Okay, let's see what he's answering. Okay, the matches are determined by matchmaking rating. And only a few people have those plus 15, 10 gains. So he's talking about people being biased or reacting to just a few people and thinking everyone has those plus 15 and minus 10 gains. I'm not sure about that. Maybe he's right that majority of people are still getting worse gains and only a few selected people are getting plus 15 now. But it's strange that those people that had plus 10, minus 15 previously are straight up jumping into plus 15, minus 10. Because plus 15, minus 10 is Challenger, Elo, MMR, or like Grandmaster, Challenger, Elo, MMR. Because one of my Smurfs was even before the update plus 15, but that account used to be a Challenger account in the top 20 even. So they are just lowering the MMR, that if your MMR is slightly higher than Diamond, you're immediately getting way better gains now. The 15 MMR players are having, oh man, the people that get plus 15 have much higher MMR than the people that are getting plus 10. So, okay. They changed the expansion point for your current tier, so those people are getting higher gains. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, that let's say your MMR is, I'm just talking about random number because they changed the numbers, but it used to be, let's say Diamond MMR was 2000, and previously you get plus 15 when your MMR was 2600, which is Grandmaster. And now they just basically changed the number from 2600 to 2200. So if you're a 2000 player, you get plus 10, and if you're a 2200 player, you get plus 15. That's just a number example how it could have looked like previously. So they just tightened or lowered the gap for the MMR gains, basically. But that's still MMR inflation, or LP gain inflation, rank inflation. It still boils down to the same fact that lower MMR still gives you better gains than previously. And now I'm talking about the fact that it doesn't, like, Mm, 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 mm. Okay, the next point is, I think I was talking about making lobbies rank based MMR, rank based matchmaking. So a challenger player would only match against grandmasters and other challengers, or a challenger player would only match against master plus, and diamond players would match only against masters and emerald maximum. So a more tightened ranked based matchmaking. And his argument against it was that it would increase the queue time by 5 to 10 times because of the lack of the player base. And then I said, how does it make sense when people in 5Q were able to find within 2 and 5 minutes full challenger against full challenger, or full challenger against grandmaster? So how was it possible that people could find consistently in 10 other people in total that are grandmaster minimum? It kind of contradicts the fact that he's saying that people wouldn't be able to find anymore if we do only high elo lobbies or only a more tightened rank based matchmaking. He's saying 5Q restrictions were much looser back then than solo queue, so they matched to diamonds. But nope, people that were challenger full top 10 lobbies, they were consistently only matching against other grandmasters and challengers, and that's a fact. So in the beginning they were matching diamonds, but later on they were matching consistently just challengers and grandmasters 2 to 5 minutes, super quick. So the question is, yes, the queue time would be obviously higher if you also match, if you don't let grandmasters match with diamonds anymore, but the level of game quality would be so much better. And I think a lot of high elo players would prefer to wait a little bit longer, like 2 or 3 times. I think he said later on 2 or 3 times longer, just to have a better game than having low elo games. No. Okay, let's see the next point. He said, if we matchmade only Master Plus together and all the parties solo queued, you wouldn't find matches right now. I don't think that's true. If the Grandmasters want a match in under 20 minutes guaranteed at all times of the day, they need diamonds. It just depends on how long you want to wait. I mean, it depends. I think the right balance is like maximum 10 minutes. But I do understand the fact that they widened the search because the queue times used to be super, super high. But the queue times are only super, super high for people that had top 0.01 MMR. So only the top people that had the highest challenger MMR, they were not able to find. But any other people like grandmasters, hey, it was like maximum 10 minutes, and they were able to find consistently pretty good lobbies. I mean, okay, let's talk about the change really quickly. He did tell me they might implement, they're considering it. It's not a fact, it's not guaranteed, but they're considering doing master plus only lobbies in patch 3.2. That's the change, that's the leak. Master plus only in the future is an idea, is something they are considering implementing based on the feedback they are receiving, and they're hoping to just increase the queue time by maybe 2 or 3 times, but the game quality would be so much higher. The thing about this one is they inflated the rank so much that there are so many master players that are low diamond level. So I mean, it would still be better than what we have right now. Sacrificing quick queue times for better games, I think that's something that a lot of people would do, as long as it's not longer than 10 minutes. I think that's the point. Like maximum 10 minutes, but then a really, really good game. And that's basically just, I mean, like 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. And the people that had or have super high MMR, they are not gonna find anymore, or they will struggle to find. But I think that's worth if you can just get way better games. Okay, what do you guys think? I think we're already in the almost next game. Or should we already finished here? I guess. Oh, okay, let's just run this one in the background. Because I still have a few things I want to talk about. I was talking about how does this look like in China, where they have a bigger player base, if it's better there. Just because having having a bigger player base would make them pop much more often. And he did agree that that's true. I mean, I get why you make it based by MMR to make the lobbies more fair and queue times better, but it's literally matching you by average lobby MMR. So if someone has really high MMR and the other high MMR player in the opposite side, his teammates will be much better. He did, in fact, confirm this one. I talked about this in the past, but do you guys know, so many games you are like one Grandmaster, 4 diamonds against another Grandmaster, 4 diamonds, but if you are the person who has a higher MMR, then all of your teammates, I mean, if you have the highest MMR in the team, or in the whole team pool of 10 players, because they are looking at 10 players with the MMR, and then the team maker is deciding, okay, who's gonna get which teammate. Or so you have one guy, that guy has 3000 MMR. Then you have the other guy who has, let's say, 2700, who's the second highest. So you're on one side of the game, and he's on the other side of the game. And now the team maker will balance it that you get the other 4 people that have lower MMR than the other lower 4 people of the other opposite side of the team, just because the average team MMR will be even then. But now your 4 teammates are technically worse than the other opponent's 4 teammates, because your MMR is getting compensated by getting way worse teammates. And he's telling me the system deems this fair because the system thinks, or the system bets, that you will carry the game 1 versus 9 just because you have the highest MMR of the game, or of the 10-player pool. And I told him this is bullshit, because this game is not a 1 versus 9 game, and it's also hard to carry this game 1 versus 9. Because it's a 5 versus 5 game, it's not a 1 versus 9 game. If you have 2 people that are feeding, you're not gonna win this game. It's super hard. And especially in wildrift, where the map is smaller, and the lane advantage you can get in the lane is not as big as on PC, your carry potential is smaller. So on PC, you can carry games solo queue much better, because in the laning phase is longer, you have more time to snowball, you can zone them away from gold and experience, because if they are not in range of the minions, they are not gonna get gold and experience, and they need to last it to get gold. So this way you can snowball much better, and you have more breathing time to snowball because the map is bigger. And even if the opponent side is getting fed, they won't collapse and punish you immediately, which is not the case in wildrift, because the map is smaller and the pace of the game is much faster. So if one side is snowballing hard, they will impact your side of the map very quickly, because they're getting the bot turret, they're getting the dragon, then they're swapping, and then they're on your ass already, 3-man diving you. So a game 1 versus 9 is very hard to carry in wildrift. If you have one guy that is feeding, makes the game already very hard. If you have 2 people that are feeding, makes the game almost impossible to carry. And let's say you have a diamond jungler against a challenger jungler, or emerald jungler against a grandmaster or challenger jungler. How is that fair? The team maker is a huge problem right now, and the game is not balanced. He might say statistically it's fair or something, but it's not fair. It's not fun to have to play every single game 1 vs 9. It's just burning out all the high elo players. They're getting frustrated. Expected to be 1 vs 9 every single game. Carry MVP or lose SVP. It's not a pleasant game experience for players in Wildrift. might be different, a grind game on PC, but your carry potential is also much better on PC than in wildrift. So this makes it even more frustrating for players that are playing solo queue and have to 1v9 every single game as a high elo player, just because the system will give you the worst teammates possible. Oh, wait. Oh, guys. Guys. I have a very good tweet that I want to show you. I have an excellent tweet that I want to show you guys. Okay. Let's pause really quick the gameplay, and I'm going to show you this tweet. So, wait a second. Look at this. This guy is a Diamond 4 player. Oh, I think I will try to remove this one so you guys maybe don't see it. I mean, it doesn't matter. He has a 50% win rate in 600 games. Now look at the KDA. 1.5, 17.6. This is very, very low for in general. And now look at this. This is his history. He's running down every single game on purpose. 0-11, he wins the game. 0-15, 0-8, he wins the game. 1-11. He has a 50% win rate, even though he's running down the game. How does that happen? How can this happen? Do you guys know why this happens? Because the team maker is giving him the best possible teammates. Because the system sees this guy is super bad. He's trolling. He has bad MMR. So he's getting 4 people that can compensate his bad MMR. So the system wants you to be at 50% win rate. This applies for people that have really high win rate and people that had really shit win rate. So someone who's playing really bad will always get better teammates to compensate for his matchmaking rating, just so he gets to 50% win rate. How is it fair? And someone who has a really high win rate, performing super well, has 70 win rates, he has good KDA. The system will try their best to get you down back to 50% win rate by giving you as many shitty teammates as possible. I think at the beginning, when you're playing the game and you're starting and spamming, like on a Smurf, the system doesn't detect you immediately. But once they detect you, okay, this guy has really high MMR and has good win rate, the system will try their best to give you shitty teammates, and so your win rate drops back. And this applies in this example as well, but just the other way, where he's trolling, he's really bad, and the system gives him good teammates just so he can get his 50% win rate, even though he's sprinting down games with 0-11 winning or 0-8 winning. And that's basically the other teammate the other team, or his teammates have to carry him, even though he's just trolling so super hard. So, is that fair? Is that fair? Oh my god. Okay. Is that fair? I don't think so. I think this makes the game very, very frustrating to play. Okay, next point. Oh. Okay, next point will be... Wait a second. Rank-based matchmaking versus MMR-based matchmaking. But yeah, the thing about the team balancer or the team maker is confirmed. They match based on average team MMR. Not the individual average, but the average team MMR, which is bad. Let's say... yeah, I think they definitely need to do average individual MMR. So the MMR difference in between the team is not that big. So a rank-based matchmaking is pretty much what I'm suggesting. Because then the MMR difference won't be that big. I mean, right now it's super big just because they take the average of the team instead of the average of each player. Which is my suggestion. Okay, next one was... MMR, he's saying MMR is definitely more accurate at predicting who wins the rank, or who wins the game, than rank is. And I'm saying, but rank would make the game feel more fair than right now, because the bias, obviously people are biased and they're seeing, okay, there's a huge rank difference. They're like, wow, what the fuck is happening? I'm an Emerald and I'm playing against Challenger, and I get pissed stomped by the Challenger players, so they get more frustrated. Okay, he's saying every time we have to allow a wide MMR gap to meet role requirements, the higher MMR team destroys. It won't feel more fair. One side will just steamroll. It will feel more fun to you. It will feel more fun to you, but not for the other team. To be fair, I think a lot of other games, they also have the issue that sometimes you just want to have more enjoyable and more like you don't want to sweat every single game. Sometimes you just want some easy games where you can just chill and relax a bit and maybe reset your mental. So if you just every time you want to give the if you every time you want to give the high elo player the hardest match possible, so he 1 versus 9 every single game, he would just burn out. Like occasionally you always want those stompy games. This might not. I mean, everyone will have some stompy games, but it will feel more fun in total if you have um, sometimes easy games where you're just winning and sometimes hard games. But if you consistently always have hard games, it's just gonna make the experience really frustrating. Okay, I'm saying the ranks would be more even this way, and it would feel for the casual player more fair compared to emeralds that are matching with challengers. I'm saying an emerald player would have a better experience playing against only other emerald players or other diamond players instead of playing against challenger or grandmaster players. You just say it based on numbers, but people get influenced by bias. So if they see the huge rank difference, they might experience or they are really not having fun if they are facing against a high rank gap compared to if they're getting stomped by 4 other or 5 other emerald players. And I'm also saying that. Oh wait. I'm saying, let's say I'm an emerald player. I match with grandmasters and challengers. They will think, why do I get matched with so many high people? And if they're playing against 5 emeralds and they get stomped by them, it wouldn't feel as unfair to them. So getting stomped by 5 emeralds feels more fair than if you're getting stomped by 5 or a few challengers or grandmasters. And he's saying it's actually the other way. If 5 emerald players get stomped by a large MMR gap, they are much more likely to quit the game than if they're matching against masters and grandmasters. He's also saying that's only applying for a few emerald players that are matching into grandmaster challenger. MMR gap has a stronger impact on whether or not a player is gonna leave the game than the rank gap. I don't know about that fact. Yeah, I don't know how he's explaining this. Is he so sure that, let's say you're 5 diamond players against 5 diamond players, what's the likelihood of you getting stomped by 5 other diamond players? Is the MMR difference gonna be so big within the same rank? Or within one rank than a diamond player compared to a challenger player? Like a challenger player has definitely much higher MMR than the diamond player. So how does it make sense that he's saying that there will be huge rank gaps or huge MMR gaps in between one division, one rank? So diamond players might get stomped by other diamond players super hard because they have the higher MMR difference. How does it exactly make sense that the diamond players will have such a huge MMR difference if it's within the same rank? The MMR gaps has a much stronger impact on whether players leave the game than the rank gap. Both have an impact, and we have data on exactly what the impact is at every skill level, and we balance that against wait times. We could make emeralds only match emeralds, but it would triple grandmaster wait times at minimum. Which might be fine. I'm not saying we wouldn't try it, just saying there's a trade-off. So queue time versus MMR difference or MMR matchmaking search whiteness. and we change the team balancer to stack matches against players, that's not going to go well. We are looking into trying Master Plus only in match. I mean, this part he said I could show it anyways, so I made a tweet about that one as well. Just so you say, it's not a confirmation, it's an idea they are considering implementing on the next patch. It's an idea. So I don't want to say, that's a fact, that's gonna happen. It's an idea that they're considering. On average, it would double. Prime time, it wouldn't hurt if they're okay. Now the question is downside of having longer queue times versus more balanced and tightened matchmaking rating search and within a smaller rank gap. I think they just need to find and work on... I think the team balance... I'm not a fan of the team balancer. And I think they need to do average individual team, average individual MMR player instead of team-based average, because then the MMR difference won't be as big, and then also the rank difference won't be as big as it's now. So LP inflation needs to stop. I think promotion, adding them again would be nice, just so there are too many people in Diamonds or in Master that they don't deserve to be there because the skill level is not as high. So I think they need to change that. Don't make it too easy. Like, obviously, this game is for the casual player base, but it doesn't mean you have to give everyone Diamond rank for free. Like, here, Diamond rank, here, let's throw Diamond ranks to everyone. Like, you're just decreasing the level of games. Like, the quality of games is just getting so much lower if everyone's getting diamonds. So an emerald player or platinum level in terms of skill is already a diamond player. So those players are already matched into Grandmaster and Challenger lobbies. So it's just lowering the game quality in total. Okay, he's saying it would be better than not finding in other seasons, but it would be worse than this season where you're finding instantly. Okay, yes. Okay, this is what is important. They tightened the MMR gap allowed in the same match during peak time. So during peak time, the MMR gap will be smaller. And he did say that they are tightening it even more in the future. So that's a good idea. I like this one. They tightened the match fairness. It's 57% win rate for the better team right now. I mean, that should be better then. I mean, the goal should be at 50% like he said, or not. But pretty much, leave feedback and they will consider it. And they're considering Master Plus, and they're also considering maybe splitting the ranked queues. Okay, yeah, but that's it. Okay, let's summarize really quickly, since I've talked so much already about it. I'm not a fan of promotion getting removed. I know I hate the promotions myself, but it allows for it blocks people from reaching Diamond Master too easily. And those people that don't deserve that rank or they don't have the skill level yet, they're already matching into high elo lobbies and they're just getting piss stomped. You're telling me that's a good experience for them? You're telling me that's fair? You're telling me they will have fun if they're getting piss stomped by other Grandmasters and Challengers, even though the level is maybe just Platinum and they don't have macro, they're not listening to anyone, they're just feeding? Doesn't make sense. Team matchmaker is really bad in my opinion. I don't like it at all. The system forces you in a 1 vs 9 situation every single game if you have a high MMR or if you're the highest MMR in the lobby. So average team MMR is shit. Individual average MMR should be implemented. Tightening the MMR gap which she already did, or they're already working on it, or they're already trying to implement, or yep, that's also good. Otherwise, wait, let's see what I did right as well. Master, remove 5Q. I mean, they pretty much did this one now. And for lower elos, it's still possible, just not for the highest elo. I like that. LP gains. LP gains are really shit. Matchmaking rating, hard reset for the next season. I think that's a must-have as well. Performance-based LP gains. So they could factor in, like in the S rating, what do they factor in? KDA, teamfight participation, gold per minute, damage tank, damage dealt, turret damage. But also, like, depending on the role, they can just factor the role. I mean, that's how they do S rating. Based on the S rating or based on how you're performing, they can change the LP gains. And that would also, like, even if someone is playing more selfish because of that, they will try their best to not die as much. Then I would rather have someone who's playing selfish than someone who's going 0-10 and he doesn't care. Otherwise, yeah, that's it for the changes I'm suggesting. Rank based. Rank based matchmaking, more tightened, much more tightened search. But yeah, that's it on my part. That's it on my opinion. And the league is basically Master Plus only. In 3.2 they're considering it. So the lobby will only be Masters, Grandmasters, Challengers instead of including Diamonds and Emeralds. And maybe they are considering implementing different queues or splitting the queues. But yeah, that's it. Leave feedback down below. Leave a like, subscribe, activate notifications, and write down your opinion or what you guys want to say. What you guys don't like and what you guys would want to improve or what you guys would want to change. But yeah, see ya.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.